is advised.
Hey everyone, welcome to the discussion for Calico, which is one of AEG's newest games, and a game that I needed to get played because 1, I love cats, 2, I love Calico cats, and 3, I love AEG and their Calico cats. So this is it's not really set collecting, but kind of in terms of tiling and tile drafting game, where you are trying to basically create sets of patterns to attract cats onto your board, and also attract colors to get buttons. What do you guys think of Calico?
So cute, so perfect.
So perfect? Just perfect?
So perfect.
Perfect. Is it? I actually really like this game.
I hate
it. I mean, it is... I love games that can have a cute theme but not make them for kids.
Yeah.
Like, where it's like, you can do these kinds of themes but give them some thought, or some thought-provoking ideas behind them.
Or it doesn't necessarily have to, like, only be for kids.
Well, that's what I'm saying, yeah, where it's like, we just match the colors, that's it, or whatever they would do for a kid's game.
Oh, I just meant like kids and adults could play this, kind of like a hybrid.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I don't know if cats would like this. I don't know if I don't know. I mean, there's probably kids out there that would enjoy this, but
I think some kids would.
This is one of those games that it has just that level of thought, that you're not brain burned by the end of it, where you're just like, ugh. But you feel like you were challenged throughout the entire game, but it was still fun,
right?
The whole time.
You're positively stimulated.
Yeah. This isn't like one of those where it's like, okay, we're making quilts to attract cats by Vita Lasarda.
You have to build a cat.
Yeah. So you have to understand the anatomy of cat physiology.
You have to go to vet
the bone
school.
goes here.
Right.
Yeah.
So Devin, what do you think?
Oh man, I really enjoyed this game.
Awesome.
I liked how that it was complex enough, but it wasn't too much at one time to freeze me.
Yeah.
Because Mariposa, I'll never forget. I have like PTSD. I'll never play that game again.
Right, that's fair. That's fair.
But the fact that it only gives you like the 2 tiles to really play with. I mean, you've got like 3 things to think about. Well, 3, 4. Well, like your main focus is your builds, but then at the same time, okay, maybe I can I can squeeze in a button here, or maybe I can work on this cat. While at the same time you're trying to build for your build patterns here.
Yeah.
And it's just, by just giving you the 2, you don't have to think too far ahead. You usually like, okay, I can place this one. You can think about what you want to do with that one. And then you see what comes out, pull from there. Yeah. It doesn't freeze you. But yeah, like you said, it's stimulating, but not overwhelming.
Yeah. I think with the tile laying, they give you the flexibility because obviously the tiles are random. And that would normally be a negative for me because it's like, look, there's nothing I can do. I'm not getting the patterns, but because of what they did of tile placement, where it's either next to a tile that you've already played or anywhere on the outer edge. So if the tiles aren't, because I waited forever for the leaf ones, because I was going for Gwen, and I'm sitting here and I'm like, man, they are just not coming out, and I also needed a specific color to try and match that goal. So I'm like, man, that is just not coming out. And so the ones I had to take, I was like, okay, well, I'll just put this over here. I'll try and go for a button over here. And then who knows, maybe I can get Millie. You just have that variety until it does come out. But then you also have to worry about the tile drafting, where it's like, okay, like you and I think we're going for Gwen at the same time, let alone you didn't know I was going for Gwen twice.
Right.
So we were looking for the whatever these patterns are.
Yeah.
So whenever I'm like, man, they didn't come out under cat, then it comes out for you. It's like, dang it! So you're like, ha-ha!
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. But it's a healthy competition. The game is not that cutthroat, or it shouldn't be. You have the versatility to be able to go after your 3 goals. Which, by the way, we set it up for where we each had the same goal. The actual setup is you have a stack and you draw 4, and you pick 3 of those. So we could each be going for a different goal, and so you're going to have probably different final scores with that instead of we were pretty much kind of the same. It really just kind of came down to who had more points from the cats in this particular game. But I like that. I like how you have a beginner setup, and then you can also have the variety to make it a little bit more advanced.
So is this the beginner setup when we all have the same? Or
Yeah, well, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, with the 3, just because it's easier in terms of for the run-through.
Right.
It's just
We
like,
all
okay,
know
look,
what
we
we're
all know
trying to
what we're going for. But, I mean, I played this the exact same way the other day, and it was still just as fun. I didn't, those games where it's like, oh, that's the strat? You don't have that here. Like, I went for 2 cats, but still, like, all it came down to was Devin either getting, Sierra. That would have brought you at 65. What this one cat would have beat me by 1. You can go for a shit ton of buttons. Or if you had managed to that one lucky draw that comes out, and then it's like, boom, there's, 15 points. I like that. I love these goal tiles.
Yeah, they're like one's fairly simple. Like if you just want to go after one, like it's really not that bad.
Yeah.
Just like different colors, different patterns. That's easy enough to do. But doing both, that's next level.
Yeah, and then it's Kat, what do you think of the tiles? Because you're not saying much.
You guys were in the middle of talking.
I know. I was about to go into another topic, but I figured let you touch on what
I mean, it's hard not to sound like a parrot because there's not a whole lot to this game, which is not a bad thing. But yeah, I mean, I enjoy the tile drafting. I enjoy placing the tiles. It's just thinky enough without they didn't complicate it or anything. Like it really is just hope you get lucky, play the tiles you want.
This game has that same thought process for me that Sagrada has, where it's like you have like that freedom, and you're like, oh, I'll place this over here, and then you might like as your quilt shrinks, you're just like, oh god,
right? It becomes like the things that you need specific things to finish it off, and
and then because I remember towards the end, I was looking for the yellow, but I was really trying to get another Millie, and I'm like, okay. But I could try and go for the rainbow, but I placed that yellow here, so I can't put purples up here like I planned, and so I can't get that button, so now I might be able to squeeze it down here, but I won't get that goal. Like, it's just all those things that you're like, you eventually can do the point optimization, where it's like, okay, do I want to try and go for buttons and get 6 points, or go for this one and get the 10? Obviously, the 10 would have been better, but because of the way the tiles come out, you're like, all right, I really didn't have a choice. And the game lasts 45 minutes.
Yeah,
with 3. And you're stimulated the whole time because, like you said, you only have the 2, but that 2 is just enough.
Your turns with 3 people, it comes right up on you. Like you place a tile, you draft your tile, and then you will pretty much almost place your tile again.
Yeah,
it goes very quickly.
Yeah, but I like drafting, especially open drafting. Not where it's like, okay, here's what I have, and then I pick this one, then you get this. That is another. I like open drafting because you basically are sitting there. That adds the anxiety where it's like, oh fuck, I need that yellow. Okay. And I like if I just place this down, it's like I need that yellow. Okay, Devin took the green. Okay, thank God. Crap, another yellow didn't come out. Okay, is Kat gonna take that yellow? And then fuck, she did. She took that yellow, and another yellow didn't come out. Okay, what can I use? It's fantastic. And even if they have achievements, like scenarios you can go for. They have Calico achievements, which are a thing. But they also have the different variants on the back, and a different cat. Oh. So there's Gwen, then there's Leo. But this one is you have to have that pattern in the same shape.
Oh, wow.
Or in that row. So like to get Leo, you would need to have that pattern in a straight line.
Oh yeah.
Instead of just having, they change it because it's like you need 5 in a straight line, or you need 7. So it's like, but it can be in any direction. I like that. That changes up the game a little bit because 5 in a straight line, that's literally whoop, or just one way.
It feels like a lot harder to do.
Yeah. Seer is 6 or more, but then there's also that pattern where it's 3 and 2. Also, it's these goal cards. Like, getting the cats is really not that hard, but it's trying to get the cats and finish the goals.
Just getting everything at the same time.
Yeah. And trying to get buttons. And if you can swing it that way, then you really... Like, yours at the beginning would have been like a perfect button goal place, and I'm just like, anyway, I need that pattern. You know, like, fuck. Threw the whole game for you.
Really did.
Um,
No, luckily another purple did come out.
oh, you did end up getting it?
Yeah, I did get another one.
Nice. I mean, other than that, like, AEG just once again just knocked it out of the park. They are quickly becoming one of my favorite, publishers in terms of all their games are not overly complex, but man, do they have thought. They're fun. They have variety to where you're not bored. It's after a second playthrough. Mm-hmm. I mean, I know you didn't like Mariposas, but Mariposas had that same kind of, this game is simple but has depth to it.
No, yeah, I liked it. It's just that one was the worst game for my AP.
Your analysis
it was
paralysis.
Just too simple, but at the same time, I know we're not talking about it, but at the same time, I hated it.
Well, this game can sneak up on you,
yeah.
Because you definitely are like, oh, Calico, you just be trying to get cats, and then it's like, all right, place your tile, and you're like, so that can go. Okay, so that can go here, and I want to.
They do give you some throwaway zones though, which is nice.
Oh, the edges.
Yeah,
that is nice.
Yeah, it's like a little spot over here, and then like a lot in this line right here. So that's nice. So I don't want to kill myself.
Do you guys have any negatives? Any issues you had?
Oh man,
with the game?
this is a sweet, simple game.
Right.
You know? I mean, it's definitely, I put it like we just played it, but right in the same ballpark as Tiny Town. It's just cute,
AEG
simple.
again.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
It's just yeah. You could give this to anybody. You know.
That's
Good
true.
time.
That's
Right.
true. And I didn't even know this, but the fact that they have the Meet the Cats on the back.
The
that
real
are,
cats, yeah.
The real cats.
inspiration.
And one of them was past tense, so I died a little inside.
Yeah.
I love it, and okay, so they have a shop cat,
I love those.
and he's included in a Kickstarter promo. So, but only two of them, Luna and Shopcat, were.
Shopcat.
His name is Shoppy.
Shopcat.
So he was deaf and FIV positive with only 2 teeth and 1.5 ears. After his adopted, Shoppy
Poor
became
guy.
a spokescat for adoptions of senior and specially abled cats. His Instagram account raises money to support local feral cat care. Shoppy loved people. Why do you have to do past tense? Why can't he live forever? Loved people. He was very smart and learned how to sit and high five for treats. He was also known as Cowboy Legs because of his trademark bow-legged stance. And because he always packed his 6-shooter. You can see his Instagram at @RealShopCat. I love all of them.
That's so cute.
So, and here's the thing. AEG makes smart games because they can make an expansion for this.
Mm-hmm.
And all they would need to do is just add, like, different cats.
Yeah.
Like, give a little bit more variety. But not too much. I think only one expansion would be good for this without making it like, all right, this is now too much. You don't have to add any more colored tiles. Or kind of do kind of what's I was gonna say Santorini, what Sagrada does, where you have kind of like maybe special power tiles that it's like you start out with maybe paw print tokens, and it's like they're worth points at the end of the game, but you spend one to use an ability, or it's like move a tile or something. So they do have some options to add a little bit more variety or replayability to this without making it too complex or stupid. But or goals like end game objectives where it's like, oh, if you have 5 of one type of button, you get so many points or whatever.
Yeah.
So they do have some options in terms of expansions, which I would like to see.
Yeah.
More cats.
More
More
cats.
cats.
Yeah, I don't have any negatives either.
Yeah.
I very much enjoy this. So on a scale of 1 to 10, Devin.
Ooh. Oh man. Yeah, it's a good time. Yeah, I could easily play it again. I mean, I'm not like super replay. I mean, I would give it a 9.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. It was a good
Yeah.
game. Well thought out. Well
Yeah.
fun. Just a perfect amount of stuff. Not being too much. I like the scores were close together.
And doesn't
Yeah.
it just feel adorable to take a cat and place it on your quilt?
Just like, oh yes, you can come here and rest.
Right? It's like, the only thing I will say is I wish this at the end of the game did look like a quilt. It really doesn't.
Well,
like,
I mean, it does, but just not the quilt you're thinking of.
what quilt am I thinking of? Cat?
The one that has like a set, like,
Like,
cohesive
yeah.
design.
Yeah. It's like, I mean,
But a quilt is patchwork, like.
your quilt is. Mine I had 2 Gwens.
My cats don't like each other.
Yeah, it is kind of funny though, because whenever I was first taught this game, everyone said, you just need 7 tiles, and the last one you place has to match. And I'm like,
Right.
So people were like, all right, I have all these millies,
Seriously,
God.
yeah.
and I'm like, how?
It was chaos.
And the actual way to play makes these a lot more, worth going for. But yeah, for a game about putting, God, I love this box art. It's so cute. For a game about kind of calicos, you really don't get a lot of cats on your quilt.
No. I mean, that's probably how they intended it.
Yeah.
Because, I could get a bunch of millies, because
Yeah.
they're fairly simple, but
Right.
you're not going to get more than 2 Gwens. Good fucking luck.
Yeah. Unless that's literally all you're doing, and you're like, fuck my endgame goals.
Yep.
or the tiles were really in my favor.
Yeah.
Because I have
Good luck.
only millies.
Yeah, because I got lucky for both of those. Not really lucky. That's just all I did, and I only had one other millie.
That's a lot of tiles.
So, yeah, I'm right there with you, Devin. I think I'm gonna give this a 9. I do enjoy this over Mariposas, because the theme is just better for me. I care more about cats than I do butterflies, especially the migration of butterflies from.
I care about the migrations of cats.
Right, and it does the same. Like those sneak up on you thought provoking games just do it for me. So I'm gonna give it a 9 as well.
Gonna give it a 9.
Why?
9!
Why?
9!
Why would you give it a 9, not a 10, Cat?
Not a 10?
Yeah.
So I
Why
didn't
is-
win. No.
You actually came in last as usual.
For
Oh.
years.
No, I'm kidding. You don't have to explain why you're giving it a 9.
I like it.
You like it?
I like
You like
yeah.
it? And we have a cat that kind of looks like ours, except she has a tail, which is a shame
Yeah.
because our cat doesn't have a tail. But all right, 9s across the board. This game is great. That's our thoughts on Calico. Let us know what you think of the game in the comments below. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you. Hey everyone, thank you for watching, and I really hope that you enjoyed the video. If you would like to see more of my content, go ahead and click that subscribe button and the bell to be notified whenever I upload any new content. If you feel like supporting the channel, you can go ahead and click that Patreon link to be taken to my Patreon, and any help is truly appreciated. Other than that, stick around for any other run-throughs or reviews or cool top 10s or whatever I feel like putting on. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you.